Hey everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm back. I'm gonna have this be a pretty chill stream tonight. I have this dude up right now that I was working on just before the stream to have something to do. And yeah, coming down from being sick for a while. My whole family was so sick. It was pretty wild. So that was fun. Lots of puking for like a couple weeks pretty much. Only thing left now is lingering cough, so not too bad. But I got this process I'm working on here, which is kind of similar to my older Clip Studio stuff, if you're familiar with any of that. And it's fun to work this way, so I'll be doing that, and you can check it out. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to drop it in the chat. But anyway, I'm going to get going. And let's see where we end up. It's Wizardry adjacent. That's where we're at. Okay. So I'm going to be doing some shadows right now. I'll show you the steps before I get going. So I did a little thumbnail, really quick, just just a blocked out ink thing. And then from there, just a slightly more rendered out ink of the character. And then after that, just some lines, and then I'll get back to being a little bit more worked out. Back to the initial thing. Dave, did you read The Fisherman? I did read The Fisherman. It was pretty good. Pretty good little horror book. I liked it. It's got a couple spooky bits in there. Yeah, I'm just blocking in some shadows here, and then I'm going to make the opacity of everything the opacity. I'm going to make the darks not super dark for when I do the value render. Yeah, that book was cool. The visuals and everything in that were great. I don't want to spoil nothing if anybody's into reading books, but Fisherman's good if you're into that. I just read Kappa. It's like a Japanese folktale. I can't remember the dude's name who wrote it. It's the same guy who wrote Rashomon, if that's how you say it. Yeah, I just read that in one sitting. I was like, all right, I'll just sit and read this book. Got it from the bookstore. Enjoyed it. It was a weird story about a dude who follows these like kind of like well, they're like Japanese like folklore creatures, but he follows them to their world, and it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland thing, except the dude's totally crazy. And he learns about their like politics and their way of life and everything. It's just a really weird book. But it was good. And right now I'm reading this other one called Stoner, which is an older book. Classic. I forget who writes that. John Williams? It's the guy who wrote Star Wars music. I can't remember his name. I just been grabbing books and reading them, and I don't even know who's writing them. You've always read? Yeah, all the yeah. That was like most of what I did when I was little. Just read a ton of books. I actually have less time to read now than I ever have. Having well, now it's starting to come out that like I got kids, they're growing. I have more time to read every once in a while, mostly before bed. I don't really keep my phone around, so I don't get too distracted. So I just keep the phone downstairs, and then before bed I'll read books. But yeah, I used to have like a routine of reading a lot, and I would read probably like 10 to 15 books a year or so. Hello. That's a lot. 10 to 15. I mean, kind of. I like reading, so it's fine. That's not counting audiobooks either. Like I don't count that as sitting down and reading a book. Just because it's not the same interaction with the book. I don't remember it the same way I do as when I'm just holding a book in my hands. It's more of like a passive engagement. Plus, whenever I listen to a book, I tend to listen to it straight through almost like in a work day. And unless it's a short book, that ends up making it so that I barely remember anything that happened in it. I tend to treat books like a series where like if you're watching a TV show, like the Netflix binge watch thing, I always think is stupid because it's just in one ear out the other. Like you don't remember anything because you just have it all. If you do have it go through in just one sitting, then you don't have like an episode that had a really big moment sit with you until the next time you watch the series when the next episode would come out. Like normally, I mean, streaming services have deviated from the binge thing, but like that's kind of how I feel about audiobooks. It's like at least for me, it's like I can make the mistake of just listening to the whole thing straight through and I just don't retain any information. So I don't really think of that as reading. I try to read like a little bit and then stop and then go like okay and think about it, and I'll like talk to my wife about it, like what I read, and then whenever I pick it up again, I can get back into it. But I tend to remember way more info that way. Do I have any insights regarding the whole Marvel Viz Dev situation? Uh, I think it's just a short-sighted move by Marvel. I know that everybody's trying to move into like cost savings with, AI shit and hiring people that do that and cost less. And they're also trying not to keep people on payroll because they don't want to pay everybody's health care and all the other benefits. They want to bring people on for short stints and pay just like a premium rate for somebody as opposed to paying them a yearly salary that potentially costs more in the long run. But that is at the expense of having a cohesive vision and control over all the output. I think they'll live to regret it. I'm actually very proud of all the young people who have been fighting against all this crap. Good on you all. I like the return to people making their own handmade things and having personal expression be like a currency, and all that sort of thing is really cool to me. So that's been nice to see. What brush settings am I using? I'm using the default brush settings in Krita on the Sketching to Chrome large brush that comes with the program. It's a weird brush, takes a lot of time to figure out. The thing that happened with Marvel is something that's happened every once in a while in the industry, and it's one of the big reasons that I've never gone in-house anywhere. I just stick with freelance because I have control over this, and I can diversify more my portfolio and just my work, and make sure that I always have somebody to work for. It's really hard to do that, and it involves just like a ton of work, but I like having that little bit of control. I never trust a company. I never do. To just like support me wholly. I will work many extra hours just to make sure that I am not stuck having to work for one company. So the problem is that like once you get locked into a salary that you're comfortable with and all that, and you have just your life based around making that much money from that company, then if anything ever happens, it's like you have to go and find somebody else willing to pay that amount of money because that was how much, you needed to pay your rent or your mortgage or your kids' school stuff or anything like that. It's like it's really, it's too crazy to me to do that. I would feel like too nervous putting all my eggs in that basket. I get that like people have to do that, and people just, some people really hate doing what I'm doing, like doing freelance and having to be your own PR guy and also your own agent and everything else. I understand, but man, scary. That happened back in the day with a company called Applebot. I don't know how many people were around back then, but that company was paying people a lot of money, and I knew a lot of freelancers who were working for them. And by the way, this conversation that I'm having right now is more specific than the Marvel thing, so I'm not really talking about the Marvel layoffs, but just as a freelance idea. I was working for Applebot. A lot of other people were on Legends of the Cryptids, which was like a phone game. I honestly, I worked for them. I do not really know what that game was. No clue. I cannot tell you what actually happens in that game. But anyway, they were paying a lot of money per card back then, which was in like 2009 to like 2000, maybe like 13 or so. And then yeah, they just hired everybody. And I was telling everybody, I was trying to like warn people at the time that were my peers. I was like, hey, be careful. This is a lot of money, and if you start making your lifestyle a part of, this thing, it's like this isn't going to be around forever. Like people aren't going to be paying as much as this company is right now forever. It's like, so don't plan on this being your whole income. Like don't base your life around this. And then they went up. I mean, belly up. They messed up. They lost all the artists. Like people were just fucked. I still remember that very vividly, and I was like, God damn, it's a dangerous thing because all you want, it's like people thrive in friction, but boy, do we seek comfort. We really want that comfort. And I totally understand that. Like, who wants to live in a world where everything's always up in the air and turbulent? But that's kind of what freelance is nothing but friction. And sometimes you have nice stints of work that go on for, a month or so, a couple months, but most of it is, while you're working on a job that gives you a couple months of stuff, you have to plan on that going away. You gotta be like, okay, I have to start reaching out to people for the next, whatever few months that follow this contract ending, and you try really hard to like line things up months in advance so that you're not too stuck in that in between. But it happens. It's just a part of it. And although it's difficult, I just find that's it just ends up giving more and more ammunition because then you can have a variety of clients to hopefully lean on later when things get bad. I'm just lucky enough to have been in a position where I was able to build that and have it work out for me. But not everybody's. Some people don't even like doing like commercial art things. Like I don't mind doing it. Like I'm doing it right now on my own time. I'm doing this shit. Some people Some people would just so rather do their own thing, and I just never really cared too much. I was always happy to forever work on just whatever people threw my way. I felt happy to get that. And my wife, Kim, says I'm like crazy for how much I work, but like I love it. I love what I do. So I'm lucky to have that, drive to want to do that in the first place, and then lucky enough to have people that like what I do in particular, because a lot of people have their own style that's very particular to them and doesn't necessarily work commercially. Yeah, you definitely have to work hard to get to a point where you can get work, and then you have to work like twice as hard to keep it all. I mean more so that I'm lucky that I enjoy the style that is commercially viable. Like I don't mind doing stuff that some people who are like artists might say is soulless. Like I like it. Some people feel like it's a drag, and I just feel pretty happy. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. I'll do whatever. All right. Karma's good. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm of the belief that you get everything you want out of life by helping other people get what they want. And that's the thing that will save you over and over again. Yeah, there you go. Vital life vitalizes. That's exactly right. So now I'm just going to render it up in Clip Studio and then do a pass on the render in Krita again with that same brush. And then that will then move into me coloring in Photoshop. Would I consider doing a tutorial series at some point? The closest I'm getting to that is just the Patreon. The Patreon has so much stuff on it. So that's more or less what that's for. I do have a tutorial video that I finished, but if you're familiar with me in any of my Patreon stuff, I basically end up getting to a point where I feel good and then I make a tutorial video on Patreon and then I immediately start learning something new and then I go, oh shit, I gotta do something with that. That's my own personal meme. Is my wife Kim will always be like, you always say you figured it out. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I just figured it out. And that's what happens to me over and over. So it's hard for me to do. I'm just not the kind of person that does like one tutorial thing and then goes, and that's it. That's what I always do. I do that one thing forever. So watch that video and then that'll be that and you'll learn. It's like, I'm always doing new stuff. So I always feel like I'm just growing and changing. So it's difficult for me to commit to a thing like that. I do want to do some school stuff. I've had a hard time committing myself to wanting to do anything like that. Just I don't know how to build a platform for that. But I've been talking to a dude about it for a little bit, and I might give it a go. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's probably just like a bit expensive to do, and it would only be for people who like really want to do that. Because otherwise, I still just do all my stuff on Patreon, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna give it a go and see if like, you know, that'll be the thing I maybe just put like a little bit more into as far as that stuff goes. But I don't know. I'm gonna try it, and then if I decide that it's not something to do in the future, it might just be like a one-time thing. But the idea was cool enough, and I felt like, oh, this is a good idea. I've been wanting to do something like that I don't have to control, because I used to try to do that back in the day, but it was so hard to manage that on my own that I was like, I can't do that again. Like doing any sort of schooling thing is just way too difficult. I don't have that much love for like building a whole infrastructure and then sticking with it. In the same way that I'm like, I can't commit to a tutorial. It's like I don't want to just say like, oh, I do a school now, and then in a year I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do a comic book. It's like like then I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this school that I just made? It's like I get why people do it, because it's a nice way to diversify and have like your income coming in and give back and whatever. But I feel like once you do it, you have to like stick with it, and then you're just stuck doing a school. And, oh my goodness, too much responsibility, and I don't want to let everybody down. So I'll probably do one of those with somebody else, and then and then see where I land. Mostly to save money for doing the comics, like Skull and Shark and stuff. That would be the purpose. Is that, and then can use that to do more. Too much of a free spirit. Yeah, pretty much exactly that. I mean, to be honest, it's like I just I really can't commit to doing something like that forever. I don't like anything. I don't like any one thing that much to be like, yes, this for the rest of my life. I always feel too trapped. You like what the art wad guys are doing? The one that I'm talking about is a new thing that hasn't even been announced, I don't think. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's, you know, I wouldn't consider doing anything like that if I didn't feel like it was a good thing. I had a bunch of meetings with the people involved. I was like, all right, it seems legit. It seems like they're actually trying to help people and not just make money. I feel like at this point in my career, I can sniff that stuff out. But if it does feel like they're trying to just take people's money once it's going, believe me, I'll be the first one to tell you about it because I don't stand for crap like that. I really don't. I did all my stuff for free for a long time, and then the Patreon's about as cheap as I can get it for the time investment. But yeah. Do you use any Paulo Limoncelli's Dow brushes for Clip Studio? Um, no, not really. I tried them a while ago, like you're mentioning. Like I had them on the Patreon. I had talked about it, but no. In your opinion, if opinion, in your opinion, which is the hardest art style for AI to replicate? The hardest art style. Anything new? uh, I think it has a really hard time with, not like this is going to be a little more specific, but I think it has a really hard time with comics because, especially like comedy, I don't think you can do it there because so much of it is timing and pacing and stuff, and it isn't a person. It's just, you know, autocomplete. So it doesn't have an instinct. But in general, I think anybody with an eye for art and what AI is, they can see when it's AI. It mostly just looks like soulless crap. Yeah, it is obvious. I mean, the problem beyond all that stuff is just, I don't know. It just feels so inherent to me. It's like anything that you're like, you think of when you have to work for something, right? And then you get it finally. And you it's like that was the thing, right? Like, just as an example, we gave everybody laptops, we gave everybody iPads, we gave everybody phones. Like, there was like charity in the sense of giving people electronics to expose them to this world of information and all this shit, right? So you would think that there would be just millions of geniuses now, and people would be so capable, and all these things would come about from this revolution, right? But I just think it's made everybody stupider. Like, everybody's become dumber. They become lazier. They. It's just, when you give a child everything they want, they just become entitled, and you make a shitty kid. And I feel like that's what we're doing to people in general. And I find the whole thing gross. It's like, people need friction. They need something to get past in order to get the thing that they want. Because in pursuit of that thing that they want, they learn a lot about it. And then by the time they have the thing, they've been living in their mind of like all the things that they would do, and they finally get it, and they earn this ability to do whatever it is that they're into, or, whatever was out of reach. And they're this potentially well-formed person by the time they're there. It doesn't mean that they're not going to continue to learn, but they've had to develop the discipline in that time to get to a place where then they can continue with that discipline in order to grow and get even better. But if they never have to overcome anything, and they never have to develop a discipline to get any of these things or have exposure to any of this, then it's just junk. It doesn't have value. It's really sad. You would think that there'd be so many filmmakers with all the cameras that everybody has just in their pocket. And I think the thing is like, now that you know that you could, you don't. Like, I've talked about that with like buying an art book and thinking that you learned what was inside of it because you have it. It's just not a good idea to think that that was the point. So, yeah, I think it's just, it cheapens things too much, AI. It just like cheapens the whole human experience and all the convenience stuff. It does that in general. Like, I feel like I have to artificially make my life, at least in terms of disciplines that like you want to pursue, I have to like artificially make my life more difficult in order to get better at any one of these things, because it's so easy to take this simple road. Like, it's why photo bashing felt bad back when it first happened to me. Like, whenever I saw people doing that, I was like, ugh, like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't really express why I didn't like it back in the day, but I get why I didn't like it now, because it just felt like you weren't doing the art in order to do art. You were doing it for some gain of helping somebody make more money faster, or getting like things done as quick as possible. And it's like, yeah, okay, that is a value for this like collective vision of a project that we're all doing. But you could also just get better. And I think that each time you remove that, I think you hurt yourself. It's like, as soon as you start incorporating AI into your workflow, and then you complain that, the demand is in the work. If I'm working on these movies, I have to use AI because the turnaround is so tight. I have to deliver on these impossible deadlines. It's like, okay, but that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. As soon as you start using it, as soon as you are the person using it in the work, you're creating that thing you were afraid of. And now you're battling that the whole time. It's like, you want to see artists who are really good and can just create. It's like you kind of have to go back to doing simple things. Like I had to stop drawing the way I was drawing, where I was like constantly fixing everything all the time. And I had to go back to just drawing with a pen and just making deliberate choices every time I put a mark down. And then I would get better as I did that. It was like just a little bit more restraint, like just putting heavier weights on and just being like, no, stop thinking that you always have a way out with Control Z and start making deliberate choices, because you're choosing the easy way and you're getting into lazy habits of thinking about all these things. You should help yourself by making life just a little bit more difficult, but making it so you have to really think and be conscious of what you're doing. Because I think now you get to see like the ultimate end of what that looks like with AI. It's like really just like we've invented a parent that you can ask for all the answers anytime you want, instead of you ever having to learn from experience and sit with any thought. It's just like we've been moving in that direction for so long, and we're just getting closer to a more pure version of that over and over again. Like as this technology advances, and it doesn't do anybody any good, and it's really sad. Yeah, I think that's going to be honestly like one of like I've been doing those YouTube videos. I think that's going to be the next one, is just about introducing more friction into your life as a means to become freer. Like I tell my kids this all the time. I'm like, if you're when the things that you do in life are hard, everything's easy. You know what I mean? In comparison, if you do difficult things, it's like then you're not complaining so much because you have context for what life really is, and you know what you're capable of, and you know what you can do, what you can bear, and you're more capable. Muddy Colors had a great article about friction maxing. I don't know that one. I'm not going to read it just because I want to do mine first. And let's see how many things we cross on. We may cross paths on multiple points, which would be nice because I feel like we're getting to a point where it's like yeah, it's not shocking to me that we've forgotten how things were built in the past. Like I totally get it. I totally get how we get to that point where people just lose skills. Like I'm seeing it actively in my community. As soon as young people incorporate easy tools into everything that they do, it's like you're using a tool that generalizes us to create general shit. It's like, so you're just guaranteeing that everything's going to be derivative and crap. It's like, all right, let's see how long you like that. Like, good luck. Like, I don't think it's just the novelty of puppets and things. It's like why people keep going back to like Jim Henson and like all that sort of shit. It's that it was this singular vision between a few creatives, and even if it wasn't perfect, it was just so cool. And people like long for just a fingerprint on something that feels distinct. It's true though. There's a Vonnegut quote about walking to the post office to buy stamps instead of ordering them because all kinds of shit might happen on the way, and that's life. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like I've had this argument so many times with people. I mean, it's not really like an argument, but I've just had this discussion with people in my life who have those kind of like technology companies, and I've just said basically that of like, what are you freeing time for? Tell me what you need more time to do. Like, please tell me what these productivity tools are for. Like, I need to know. I need to know why you can't find meditative moments in the work that you do. Like, tedium isn't just tedium for tedium's sake. It's like there's something to that you find. Like, I find myself in the moments I'm working and digging into something, and I you know, I'm 100 hours into something, especially when I was younger, and I'm just like, God, I'm looking into the shadows of an image over and over again, and then I see new light there, and I go, wow, there's something else there. Like, that's okay, cool. Like, I've crossed another bridge. I love this. It's like I'm still growing. But man, if I just distracted myself all the time, I would never cross those. And I just think like what is this all for? It's like I think of like the beauty of having like a garden or something, right? It's like you tend that thing, you watch it grow, whatever. It's like, yeah, you'll never be able to match what a grocery store produces, right? It's like, but there's love and you and moments when you're creating that stuff and watching something grow and feeling that accomplishment and learning and being a part of the world. Like, all of these things are, they're intangible. They're not, it's not something you can measure, but there's something to be said for the health of having those moments of reflection and even just like quiet meditation, doing something like that. It's like you don't need to expedite every process of your life for something. It's like thinking that way is just, it's so short-sighted and stupid. It's like why I think people get to a point where they're like, I thought I wanted to make money and now I'm, oh no. It's like I've realized that it wasn't about that and I'm gonna die. It's like, yeah, yes, I get it. You're a fool. Anyway, those are my thoughts on AI. The longest rant. I'm just so tired of like all these people. It's like just thinking that doing less is the future. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't want the Wally future? Like, I sure don't. I'll tell you something funny to break up this seriousness. Uh, we had family around, and my son Lo was with them. They were walking through the woods. It was my brother and my sister-in-law, my niece, and then my son. They were just all together, and he was riding on my brother's shoulders, and they crossed paths with somebody on a trail, and Lo goes to the lady that they pass. He goes, "I don't even know these people." And my brother was like, "Ha ha ha, yeah." And then look, he goes, "I don't even look like them." I was like, "Oh shit, you are gonna get my brother in so much trouble. Don't do that." I didn't watch Malcolm in the Middle back in the day. That was one of the rare ones. Well, I have my kids do funny stuff just to fuck with people a decent amount, or like we've like on that, you know, walk with my brother. It's like uh, he had to go pee, so I was like, all right. I told my brother, I was like, yeah, go pee. We'll watch from the trail, right? And I told my son, who's on my shoulders, I was like, all right, as soon as Uncle Mike starts peeing, I was like, start screaming. There's a guy with his pants down peeing over here, as loud as you can. So we waited until my brother started peeing, then he just started screaming that there's a naked guy over here peeing. No, there's a naked guy over here peeing. And my brother's just trying so hard to finish peeing. It's very enjoyable. Got his ass. Yep. I love having kids just do whatever to fuck with people. It's so much fun. As soon as we got into my brother's neighborhood, there was police tape and dead body, and it was like New York City area. I can't even remember what part my brother lives in, but anyway, um, we were walking over there, and I had just been talking about LA. This is where Spider-Man lives and all that. And it's just a dead body. Yeah, police. And I was like, well, Spider-Man, he didn't make it in time. Spider-Man was too late. Spider-Man let that man die. I'm so sorry. How am I feeling? Pretty good. I thought everybody was like starting to get better, but um, my kids have been just like throwing up, just still throwing up a lot. I'm like, all right, what is going on? What is this sickness? It's so ridiculous. It went through like each member of my family just so slowly and over the course of weeks. I was like, all right, can this please stop? Please, for the love of God, stop. I'm so tired of everybody throwing up. The amount of times we've had to change bed sheets just because they're covered in puke. It's like, oh my God, please, please. Yeah, rendering this way is so much fun. I love doing this kind of process. And then as soon as I add color to this, it's going to just come together so easily. What's up? Mm. I remember one time my friends were at the movies in line when this guy's small child just casually opens her mouth, deadpan, just waterfalls vomit while he tries to catch it with his bare hands. Yeah, that's actually what happened to my son Axel. We were at a restaurant just the other day, and he got upset because something he did. I can't remember. He was being, just sometimes kids get tired and they just make the worst decisions. So we were just trying to help him through it, and he started getting upset, and then he coughed, and we were like, if you need to throw up, like, please just let me know. I will take you outside. I will help you out, man. Like, you can throw up outside. You don't have to do it in here in front of anybody. And I was like pleading with him, like, please, just please tell me. And he didn't. He just puked, and then my wife tried to catch it all in her hands. That's her instinct too. It's just putting her hands out and catching all the puke. And what I try to do is just grab him and run outside. He puked everywhere. Puked on the table, puked on her. I was like, oh. We've had a handful of those where we just have to go. There was a really nice lady there, though. This Argentinian lady was like, she said, I'd give anything to have my son be young again and puke into my hands. It's okay. Like, nice. It's a very sweet thing you said, lady. But I don't know if you'd give anything. No, I think you would. And then she kept saying more stuff. She said, I'd give anything to have my son be young and shit on my chest. Just once. Just one more time. I don't know if you've ever made cold brew before. It's like fairly simple. And you grind up beans and put them into like a big jug, and then you filter it a few times and then let it sit in the jug while you filter it afterwards. But you let it sit in the jug for a day. You filter it all. You have this nice concentrated cold brew, right? You have to dilute it when you drink it. So basically, you make this super strong batch, right? And then when you want to drink it, you put a little bit in your cup, and then you can fill it with warm water if you want, like warm coffee and cream, whatever. Or you could do cold. So anyway, I ordered one of these at this place this morning after I dropped the kids off at school. And I was at this coffee shop meeting like a couple other dads that are from the area. This is the first time I was hanging out with these people. Somebody invited me. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll go. And I wasn't paying attention. I thought about it after the fact, but I'm pretty sure the lady just took like super concentrated cold brew and filled up a whole cup for me. And I wasn't even thinking because I was just talking to people. I was like, oh, this is pretty strong, but whatever. And I just drank it. And then I thought about that lady filling up my cup, and I was like, was that really what that was? She just gave me the concentrate. And I felt like all day, I felt like I got poisoned. Number one, I had crazy diarrhea. But then like after that, I just felt so sick. Like all day. It's like it like crushed my day. I was like, holy shit. like it kind of felt like, when you're really drunk and you just want to throw it up, you're like, I just wish I could throw this up because then it'd be over and I wouldn't have to feel this way anymore. Kind of felt like that. I just like so badly wanted it to go away. I was like, please. I couldn't figure out what to do. I just kept working anyway, but like my hands were shaking. My asshole was burning from the diarrhea. It was a thing. I didn't realize how sensitive I was to that shit. That messed me up so bad. I think I'm just gonna skip coffee for the next couple days. This is devastating. But pure concentrate is wild. Ugh. Like I'd rather just pound scotch and feel that than deal with that shit again. That was the one thing that I was fantasizing about while I was sick. It was just scotch. I was like, I want scotch so bad. I actually forgot I wanted it until right now, until I said that. I just was avoiding alcohol completely. And I usually have, like, if anything good happens, just like in work or whatever, I'll have a drink of scotch. And I just haven't had it in so long. I love Lagavulin. I don't have any. All I have is... What do I have? I have Ardbeg. I want it so bad. You gonna be a dad soon, Stevie Lichmander? Hey, congrats. That's exciting. Being a dad rules. It's super hard, but it rules. Yeah, that's true. You need good water with cold brew. We always make sure to use good water with it. It just lasts so long. You know, it would suck to have it be shit. Your little man's turning 1 in a month. Hey. I got a 5 and a 6-year-old, and my 6-year-old's about to turn 7. It's insane. Like, I can't believe. I know every single parent says this, but I really can't believe how fast it's gone by. I'm just like, holy shit. Because I think it stands out because when you're that age, when you are 6, time moves so slow that it feels like your childhood is pretty long because everything's new and all these experiences. You know, it's like you're not in it yet. You're not just flying through life doing the same thing every day, and you kind of don't think about it like that. You think, like, a part of you naively thinks that you're going to experience that time with them the same way you experienced that time when you were young. And then when you're in it, you're just like, oh my God. You like look down for a second and you look up and your kid's talking to you about insane shit. When just a minute ago they were a baby walking around with a full diaper. And now they're going, if I was the Emperor's last swordsman, I would be the strongest. I would kill everybody. I'd have a white dragon blade. And I go, all right, awesome. I'd protect you. I'd protect Mom. I would kill anybody who came in this house. All right. Nice. It's like literally all my kids talk about. You're naming your son Raiden? I sure hope so. Oh, thank you, Gene Bondart. I really appreciate that. Thanks for donating to the stream. Love to you. I just blinked and my baby is 16 months. Yeah. Yeah, it's an insane process. You're serious. Your kid is cool with Raiden. I mean, your kid. Your wife is cool with Raiden. That's wild. I mean, I got different names for the kids, so it's not too wild. And I've met a lot of kids with like pretty crazy names. So they won't be too much of an outsider in any way. We almost named our kid Torn. There was something about how weird that name was that we were like, that'd be cool. It's a weird name to name them. Torn. But then we were like, how much of that name is going to affect who they are? Because there are certain names that are just shitty kids. You go like, every kid named this is shittier. Like just an ass. Certain names carry that. Like I actually believe that. Like it just colors how other people see them. It's not even necessarily like what they do. It's like how people respond to them. It's like, so if your kid has like a super aggressive name, I think that just colors how people talk to them. It's not a guarantee, but it is there. Oh, thanks, Stevie Lichmander. I appreciate you. Thanks for the donation. I'm really happy for you. Becoming a dad is just, I don't know. To me, it's like everything. Puts things in perspective quite a bit. That's the main thing. It's like, then you're feeling like you're really doing something. You're like, oh, this is what it was about. I used to think it was about jacking off and eating. It's actually not. It's not about that. Sometimes it's about that. Feels like there's actual stakes all of a sudden. Yeah. I've also had insane moments where like I can watch movies again. You know, like you've heard other people say this, but like I can watch movies again and they just change because of having kids. Certain movies you can't fucking watch. Like there's this movie called there's a documentary called Dear Zachary. Don't fucking watch that movie when you're a dad or just a parent in general. Just do not watch that fucking movie. I was devastated. I cried so much. But if I ever want to feel like motivated now, I'll just like put on I'll be like that aim small, miss small scene in The Patriot. You just put that on, and I'm like, I think about my kids, and then I just have this like adrenaline flowing through me, and I go, all right, cool. I just needed a little boost. I go, yeah, that's what I would do to British soldiers. That's exactly what I would do. Do not watch Hereditary. That didn't do it for me like that. The one I'm talking about is way worse. I also have like an issue watching, like I've been listening to like true crime stuff, and I'll get fucked up watching somebody like a young kid who like killed somebody, or just killed a friend or something like that, and just imagining that happening to anybody young like that just messes me up. Like I have a really hard time with it. Like that'll like ruin my night, just like hearing that stuff of just like a kid talking to investigators about why they killed their friend, and I'll be like, fuck. Okay, ugh, it's just so gross. I can't do it. I'll check out of those. I just like leaving things on in the background, and sometimes after I've watched like a couple of redneck couples fight in front of the police on body cams, so just like leave that on, and just the investigation that goes into that. And then like after that, I'll catch one of those, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's too real. That's way too real. Can't listen to that. Oh, hey, Kimmy.
Hello. Sorry to join you so late.
Oh, you're cool.
How's it going?
It's going good. Just drawing this dude. It's
That's a big sword.
Elf dude with a big sword.
I like it.
Thanks.
Hi, chat. I still have a lingering cough. If you guys remember the last time I was on and I was like sucking on a cough drop, we're all better, but we still have this stupid lingering cough.
Well, we're better. I was talking about like Axel throwing up and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, we're better, but like we still got plenty of puke going on.
Yeah, it's just like we don't have any fevers. We're not contagious, but we're all coughing still. Hey Dave, any chance we could see your Wacom pen settings? I was playing with your brushes from Patreon and they felt super faint. I think my settings are too firm.
Yeah, I don't know if I can show you that. It might be too personal. No, I was just thinking that you probably just want to play with your settings until something feels right with them. Honestly, like that's because even if I give you my settings, like sometimes it just feels different depending on exactly what tablet you have. I would honestly just play with them until you feel like it's feeling better to you.
Yeah, those true crime stories are like fresh on my mind too. Dave and I will sometimes if I'm not doing stuff in the house and like taking care of stuff, I'll come sit in here with him just to keep him company while he's working, and I'll either read to him or we'll put something on and listen together. And I've always liked true crime. Dave's like recently got into it because he likes this one YouTube channel where they like have a psychologist review interrogations and stuff. And some of them are they're so devastating. Like I haven't stopped thinking about that one.
I was telling them about that.
I heard you say that about like the kids like a kid killing another kid or like their friend.
Yeah.
Like it's been it affected both of us so much that we were like maybe we should tell our kids about like this one kid to stay away from, because it kind of sounds like that could be that kid later in life.
Yeah, we have this one kid at the school that when we invited, because he was in the kid's classroom.
Just be careful.
And our son wanted him to come to the birthday party, and we were like, yeah, whatever, we can do that. You know, we're not crazy about the parents or anything like that, but we were like, sure, you know, it's your friend, like they can come. And we invited them, and if you remember, some of you might, a while ago, we had a stream, like whatever that was, and we talked about it a bit. The parents were asking us, like, do you have any weapons in the house? And we were like, what? They're like, yeah, because we want to make sure there's nothing like in reach for him. And at first you're like, are these just like super cautious parents? But then we heard other things, like some of the teachers were, you know, saying stuff about like, you know, you might want to be a little careful. I'm like, okay, like what does that mean? And we started hearing more stuff about like what, like he's like telling kids about death and shit. Like, what's going on? Like threatening kids, like giving them nightmares, like
multiple kids, not just like
like what
one,
are we talking about?
Not two. It's like multiple kids. And then he had some weird thing where he was talking about like we're being followed, and I had to like we're at war with someone and I had to shoot out the car and blah blah blah, and like it almost sounds delusional, but it's like I don't know if he's pretending because they're so young, but it's just a little.
I mean, some of the stuff's pretty innocent. Like some of that, like that stuff is like fine, whatever.
No, but it's like the
But some of
consistency
the
of it
other
and
stuff.
like the motivation behind it is like, hey, little kids, you want to get scared, but he's a little kid himself, and he's like making other kids like have nightmares and talking about death and all these other things.
We're not talking about the video kid. We're talking about a kid from the school that is or was in their class, and he's not anymore. But
the school's a small school.
it's a small school, and he's around, and we were just basically telling the kids like, "Hey, you may want to keep away from this kid.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to distance yourself. He seems like he's having some issues." Because like you can't control what all these kids are seeing and doing and whatever.
Mm-mm. What's this guy's name?
What are we talking about?
Your elf
Uh,
knight warrior dude.
his name is Chris Phillips.
Oh,
I don't know. He's just a guy I'm drawing.
he doesn't have a name.
No, I just made him up.
Hmm.
This isn't like a wizardry character. I was going to do one,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just went, I'll just do something wizardry adjacent, like a Japanese looking fantasy character. Like it's not necessarily like anime or anything like that, but just something that fits in the wizardry universe. It's just my own thing.
Are there Japanese elves?
Yeah, they're called Koreans.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Is that what they call them?
No, Korean people do not like Japanese people. I mean, traditionally. Because of what the Japanese did to the Koreans in WW2. As well as probably other things.
You would think his parents could at that age? Could
do what?
Yeah, could do what? I don't know.
What are you talking about? Somebody just said that.
Yeah.
Stevie Lichmander is going to be having a kid soon.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How soon?
Yeah, how soon exactly? What's the
Due date.
due date?
Oh, control what he's watching. Yeah, and I think that yeah. I imagine that there is some control because of how the parents were acting. But that doesn't stop a kid from wanting to see certain things or like still being attracted to like gore and violence and all of those things, even if it's not like right in his face. If and especially if the parents are controlling it and they're making it more like, you don't watch this, it makes it maybe a little bit more appealing. Or this kid has antisocial I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think it's like the parents probably say that stuff, but I think that generally speaking, it's like somebody else. It's like whether there's an older kid or a caretaker or like a family member. I feel like somebody's doing it because it's too specific. The kid's clearly seeing stuff.
He's clearly seeing stuff, but even the way he talks towards the other kids, so soon, and towards the end of May.
Yeah, that's
June or towards the end of May. Okay.
Yeah, it's very soon.
Yeah. Hello.
That's exciting. I'm always really happy for people at that stage.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's like one of the most life-altering things that you could do is bring another human into the world.
And if you can
Fuse your
handle it,
DNA with someone else.
you got that patience in you.
Mm-hmm.
You can do great things.
It really does light a fire under your butt too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the parents are very highly educated, so it's hard to say. But like,
I mean, they're like both lawyers.
I don't want to get into it. But like,
I mean, they're not gonna listen to this shit.
Maybe.
All I'm saying is that
They're both lawyers, and they're both highly educated. But he's an only child, and I think that they're a little bit older. But there are things that like he's said, and like my kid has picked up on because he worms his way into like the there was like moments where my kid was coming home and he was only 4 years old and he was like, I'm the worst, I should just go away, and I'm dumb, and I'm this and that. And I'm like, who is telling you that? Because a 4-year-old doesn't talk like that about himself.
or that like getting upset. Like we had this one moment where, or it happened a couple times, but he was just so upset, and then he was saying like I should just like kill myself. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
And
like, obviously we've never said shit like that.
Yeah. And then lo and behold, the kid goes to the next grade and all of it goes away. So we're like 99% sure that it's him, because the other kids in that class with him, the parents have told us like other stuff that they're dealing with, like having night terrors, waking up screaming, just like terrible things. And it's so unfortunate because even like the way he talks, there was like a thing that he was saying to our youngest for a while where he'd go like, it's like weirdly condescending for that age group. It's like weird to hear that kind of talk, like nobody's being like facetious with each other. They shouldn't be at that age, but he would be going up to our youngest and being like, what's up, smarty pants? And it's like mean. It's like it's mean spirited. It's not like calling him smart,
I mean, but the suicide thing was like crazy. It's like who is telling you
yeah,
this?
somebody was feeding that to our kid, and
like, we'd never talked about suicide.
No, never. And then like the fact that it stopped when that kid was out of their class was like, oh, okay.
But in general, like you were just saying, like, what if they're listening to this? Hey, parents, you guys, if you're listening to this, none of the kids are, I mean, none of the parents are happy about it.
Yeah.
So you should really do something, because it's a problem.
It's a problem. And he's really like, putting him, I mean, the kids are young now, so they're so innocent to so many of these things, but get them a little bit older and like, he is not going to have friends.
Yeah.
Or he's going to attract the wrong people.
Yeah, definitely more so that. But that's like the crazy thing about being in any, like Stevie Lichmander, you got this to look forward to. It's just when you have kids, it's like you have the control that you do have, right? For a little while at home. The crazier thing is when they go out into any semblance of like the world, like whatever it is to them, whether it's some daycare or whatever. It's like you can't control everything that happens to them at that point. And that stuff is that's the thing where you're just like, oh shit, like what can I do about this?
Having to trust your ability to prepare them for anything. And that goes on forever, because I just saw my cousin who's 20 leave for Korea, and just like, of course her parents are still gonna worry about her and everything because it's for college, but it's like you just at a certain point just have to be like, I taught them enough that they will at least be okay, and if they're not okay, they can figure out how to get there, how to be okay, how to problem solve if there are problems, not just to avoid problems but to problem solve. And like that would be my advice as a, parent to any parent, is just give your kids the tools to be prepared. Don't guard them from those things, because you can't. You can't spend your entire life following them around, shielding them from everything. And don't put fear into them. Prepare them. Really. Empower them. Make it so that they know the difference between right and wrong, and who is a safe and unsafe person, and all those things,
Yeah, how to have good instincts.
And do
things.
it in an age appropriate way. Like a 3.5-year-old or 3-year-old is not going to know nuance. It's not going to know, like our blanket rule is just no secrets. We don't keep secrets from you. We don't keep secrets in the family. Nobody should be asking you to keep a secret. That is priming you for abuse.
Yeah.
But now it's like we're getting a little older. Our kid's about to be 7. So we're like getting into the woods with stuff. And we're like, okay, hey, there's tricky adults. We've talked about this. That's not the only threat. There could be tricky kids too. There could just be tricky people. And maybe they don't even understand it. But like, there is a thing as like, there's such a thing as morbid curiosity. Where like, the true crime thing that we listened to was like a 14-year-old who killed another 14-year-old, and he was very like matter of fact about it in the interrogation room. Very like, yeah, I did it. I was planning on murdering him. And it was such a brutal murder too. And it's just like, holy shit, like it just feels like it was just morbid curiosity. It wasn't revenge. It wasn't anything. The kid didn't do anything to him. He wasn't like, oh, I was doing it because he stole my blah blah blah. It was like, I just wanted to. And it was my friend. And I knew I could do it because he was my friend.
Yeah. I mean, it's also about like making your kid resilient. It's like making your kid the kind of kid that doesn't get preyed upon or seem like an easy target. It's like you make your kid, for lack of a better term, slightly dangerous and like capable.
It's so
like,
hard because we're really like, there's such a fine line of like, you don't want to make your kid jaded. You want to have like some preservation of their innocence while still preparing them. So it's like, you don't want to, like, we're not telling our kids about these things that we've listened to. It's crazy.
No.
But it's more like finding a way to tell them that there are dangers out there without like scaring them,
Yeah, it's like this could happen and you're capable. You'll do it. You'll do the right thing. And as long as you don't like freak out as a parent all the time at them, and you feel like you're the kind of person that's, safe for them to come to if something does happen.
That's the biggest thing, is like, you can't freak out. You have to be rock solid for them. They have to be able to come to you. When those things happen, they have to be able to come to you.
Yeah.
You have to have their back.
Like no judgment, just
and,
support.
I think being open, like I talk about this all the time, but like I just feel like I talk all day long when my kids are with me because I'm constantly explaining things to them. And they have genuine curiosity, but I'm also just open. And they want to know so much about the world, and I will try to give them as much as I can to help prepare them when they're asking. I'm not just like inundating them with information. I'm not like following them around going, did you know? But they're so curious that I'm just like, well, like, as long as you want to know, I will talk, I'll keep talking. So for now, they're still young enough where they're like very much, they just have all of the questions. They're so curious about the world. And I want to do it now because I know everyone tells me, everyone who has kids who are older, they try to pass down what they've learned in parenting, and it's like, that will go away. And hopefully it doesn't, to the extent that I've heard, but like, that's normal. And I do anticipate that because, that they're right now, developmentally, mom and dad are the most important people in their lives. Like, we will be the most important people in their lives up until maybe like 11 or 12. And then they start to look at their peers. And that is normal developmentally. That is important for them to go through that. Mom and dad can't be the most important things for the whole life. They will still come back to home base, but they start to then look at their peers and be influenced by their peers at that age. And it's like, okay, what have we done up until 11 and 12 to prepare them for that? If we try to start teaching them at 11 and 12, like, hey, there are some friends that are, it's like, that's too late. These are things that should just be like, it's this idea that like, I should have been working out for my whole life before my pregnancy, not just try to like recover from pregnancy, because then I would have had a better baseline of my habits.
Yeah.
We are establishing habits that will carry them through their adulthood. That is the goal, right?
That's the thing of when you're getting jumped in the alley, it's too late to train.
Yeah. No, it's not. I think if you care enough, it's not easy. There are plenty of people who are just like, you know, you see it all the time. It's like, oh, I'm just tired. I don't want to talk to my kids. I'm not their friend. And I get
raise
it.
my kid.
Yeah, the TV can raise my kid, and I'm doing, and like, yes, I get it. We're all busy. But like, if it's important to you, then you have to prioritize it. It has to be something that you think about, something that you learn about, something that you know, take in your own information and research on, and talk to other parents and get their input if that's important to you, you know?
It's so much fun to render this way. I'm very much enjoying this.
It's very pretty. Yeah, when you're getting jumped in the alley, take a quick visit to the hyperbolic time chamber.
So this was the these were the lines. This is the shadows here, and then the render on top. You can see that. That's the dude. So
wow. Can we get a Kim giving parenting tips? And no, I just have strong opinions, and I stand by my convictions. So if I may not be doing this the right way, but I'm doing it the right way for my kids, you know? I'm only speaking off of my experience, and I'm also so early in on this. We have a 6 and a 5-year-old. Our 6-year-old's almost 7. Like, we are still learning each day. Like, now I'm gonna have to learn how to parent a 7-year-old and what comes with the challenges that come with that. And even like my younger one, he's 5, and we've already had a 5-year-old, and it's like a different thing. It's different.
It's different with each one of them. It's, you know, it's fun though. It's like fun to have, you know, like not every moment's fun, but like overall you're like, this is really,
it's rewarding. It is the
Mm-hmm.
most rewarding thing. It's like, there are moments that are very frustrating, and there are moments that I'm just like, I want to rip my hair out, and there are moments that are like really funny, like hilarious things that I'm like telling people about, which I'm like, I don't like to be that person that like talks about my kids all the time, but my youngest one did the funniest thing.
Told them about that.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. And like, I don't know,
They also just say wild shit all the time.
They do.
That's always fun. Like, our son told me that at night, and he opens his window and he throws his penis and his butthole out the window so that he doesn't have any accidents. And I was like, cool, nice. Nice.
Being present comes in lots of different ways too. It's not just like seeing what's happening, right? It's also like just like appreciating it in that moment. It's really hard because kids change so quickly to have the ability to like reflect on any moment of, oh, remember when blah blah blah. It's hard for me to think about them as babies right now, even though that was like such a lovely time with my oldest, and like such a wild time with my youngest, because I'm so like in what we're going through right now, you know. But I do know that when it was happening, I was very I was very present and enjoying that moment. And now I'm enjoying this, you know?
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
nice
it's
because then I'm looking forward to the next stage, and they're only gonna keep growing and keep changing and evolving into like who they want to be. And I think I'm also I'm talking about it so much because I'm also very much in this mindset of like trying to heal my own childhood self and like whatever is going on, whatever happened to me. It's just like I no matter what, there's going to be some way that I'm not doing something just right. That's just what it is, you know? Not intentionally. I'm not trying to be like, well, if it's at least better than I grew up. I'm trying to do my best. But they will be their own people who have their own opinions, and that's fine. I want them to be that. I want them to be, have high conviction.
Yeah, I think like I always think about how crazy it is to have perspective after being a kid and then being an adult that you are now. It's like you get to see like, oh my god, that was happening when I was a child. Like, oh wow. And like my brother brought it up because we were hanging out, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I remember calling home because my brother's a decent amount older than me. He's like 7 years older than me. So he was like, yeah, I remember calling home and dad telling me that you didn't live there anymore. And he's like, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like,
My
15.
15-year-old brother, what are you talking about?
Because I just left home and I just lived wherever. And like when I think about that and I think about our kids, I'm like, holy shit.
It's so sad.
Like that won't happen.
It's so sad that you felt like you had no other choice.
Yeah, it's really bad. And like that sort of stuff, it's like when I was 15,
mind you,
I just did it,
Yeah, mind you, your dad was, I'm looking at this last comment about like being number one fan and always on their team. That was Dave's dad. He was, more than any other dad through and through, I have never ever seen a dad who like just was like always on his kid's side, like always. The first thing he told me when I met him, my father-in-law, was, oh, you should have seen Dave when he was a kid. He'd always beat up the bullies, and I was always so proud of him. And then like how like Dave always knew what he wanted because he'd like stand up in the car and grab my wine cooler from me and be like, give me that, and just drink it. And I'm like, that's crazy. You just skipped over the part that you were drinking and driving with a toddler in the front seat.
Who was also drinking.
Yeah. But like even through the worst, he was just like, you could do anything, Dave. You could be the best thief in the whole world if you wanted to. Like, he just loved him so much, and Dave still felt very compelled to leave because of the other half of that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah. So, yeah, be the number one fan. Before you have kids, make sure that you choose a right partner. Let's start with that. I think that is what I can focus so much on my children because I don't have to sit here and wonder if my husband is this or that, I don't have to wonder if he has my back, if like my relationship is like we're solid and we can both focus our energy and most of our attention on our children. And then we can always like come together and we're right back to like where we left off because we're solid. Oh, I'm sorry if you lost your dad. Yeah, it's been
really hard.
Gosh, it's been like in May, it'll be 13 years since your dad has passed.
Yeah. So it's like I I have like mixed things because, you know, my dad taking me to the toy store as a drunk 4-year-old or 5-year-old or whatever is pretty insane.
Pretty irresponsible.
But I also had a really good time with him. So I don't know.
I mean, outside of the irresponsibility, he did support you in anything that you wanted to do. And he did teach you a lot of really valuable lessons that you've carried through your life that have helped you become who you are and like
Yeah.
run your business in a certain way and respect your wife and how you parent. Like, Mandy and I were talking about this. But just the fact that like we feel very lucky to have husbands who had a really good dad as a role model. Because if it were your mom, it might not be like that you show up in that way. And you always hear about that like weird relationship between like sons and moms where they're like, yeah, their mom is really great, but they don't have a role model to show up as a husband, you know?
Mm.
So I'm really glad that your dad was who he was for you because I think I'm reaping the benefits from that as well. Even though, you know, I didn't get much time with him. I think that just like the influence that he had on you and like who you are as a person, you know?
Yeah. I know.
I think our kids are benefiting from that, regardless of like your dad, you know, never having met them.
Yeah. I mean they're getting like hopefully the best part of my dad through me and not the other stuff.
Kim, selling cigarettes to a mean kid who wronged your kids and whose parents are POS, too far or just the right treatment? No, that he would snitch on me. He's a snitch. I wouldn't compromise myself in that way.
Who's the snitch?
That kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm an 87 baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, COVID is wild. I worked in an ICU during all of that, and like I saw a lot of people die, and it was just terrible. It was so terrible. Terrible time for so many people, and it was really hard. It was hard to watch families go through that.
I'm just doing a little long stream because I haven't been on. That's why we're going later. It's just been a minute.
It's a little treat for us all. I do like your painting. I'm just like watching. Sometimes I just like to I like to watch you paint.
Thanks.
I want to keep reading this book to you. Too bad I can't. I should have started it on the stream so that I could read it on the stream. And then you guys could get a story time too. I'm reading like well, I have a problem where I'm like, I guess it's not a problem. I'll start a book and then I'm like, I'll pick up another one. I used to just think that I needed to like finish it through and just suffer, but there's so many options right now, and so I'm like halfway between like 4 books and an audiobook. 5 books and an audiobook. Dave and I like to read to each other, and so I'm reading A Short Stay in Hell to Dave, and he's reading Pimp to me.
That's true. I'm reading Iceberg Slim.
So we kind of like take turns depending on like what our day is like. So if we go like wind down for the night together in our room, he's reading Pimp to me. But if he has to work late, then I'm reading A Short Stay in Hell to him. Dave read me what was the other one?
One of the Outsiders?
The Outsiders. And Pet Cemetery. And what other books have you read me? We've like had a handful of books that you've read out loud.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoy that. Like I like that a lot. I like reading my own books, but I also really like having a book that we could just talk about. Oh my God, Dave only read the first chapter of Pimp, and I was bawling my eyes out. I was like sobbing while he was reading. So we haven't gotten too far, but I did not think that was a book that was going to make me cry, because I was like laughing at the first few pages, and then I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. And then it gets funny again at the end of it, that first chapter.
Yeah.
I'm not even, let me see. It's so dark. I don't know if you guys can even see me in the corner, but I don't have like a good light back here. So I'm only on page 20. I was like, I did what I could. My eyes hurt. I know it's like a quick read, but we are not far in. I don't know if I would have liked The Outsiders when I was in school, but Dave read it to me, gosh, I don't even know, like 10 years ago at this point. And it was really good. I liked that book a lot, actually. The Control Mechanic was wild enough for me. Don't know that one. Is it a fiction novel?
Yeah, I spent most of my like 20s reading nonfiction.
Yeah.
I had like my whole teen years was like all fiction. I read so many books, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna read a bunch of history books and just different things and biographies and whatever. And that's like mostly what I read for like years.
Is The Fisherman the book that you read?
Yeah.
Okay. There's also another one called, is it The Fisherman that we were also starting to read, I was starting to read the other book about the fisherman who was like in Vietnam and came from.
Oh, that one's called like that one's like the fisherman and like the red, like something dragon. Like I can't remember the full title of that, but it's about this town in Texas.
Oh, The Fisherman and the Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, it's about this town in Texas where the Ku Klux Klan was having like a whole face-off with a Vietnamese fisherman.
Yeah, because they had immigrated to like during the war and everything. It's a town that my friend lived in too.
I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm doing. So I'm taking like basic principles of doing like art, building softer forms that are more general and then sharpening on top. So essentially, I had my initial, I'm trying to find it, my initial drawing here, and then the values underneath. And then I did the render on top, which still is pretty soft looking. And then when I bring it back into Krita, I'm just adding sharper details to make it look like an actual painting, like with real form and things. That's the process right now. And I'm pretty happy with the way that that ends up looking. And it's fairly fast. Just trying to use each program efficiently, all that stuff. Yeah, it's very enjoyable. And for the work that I just got, it's going to make it so much faster to get everything done. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh, awesome. LaVale says, I finally have some money from part-time jobs. I can get the Patreon. Well, we're happy to have you.
Well, yes. Join up, all that if you want, and then don't feel pressured to stay. The economy is so rough. I don't want anybody to feel like they gotta stick around. If you get something out of it, or you just want to go on there and look at everything and then take off, do that.
But if you want to stay, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Buffalo Hunter. It's a vampire-y book. Buffalo Hunter. I'm listening to this audiobook right now, and it's not great. I would not recommend it.
What is it?
The Seven Rings. It's the one about that house that's like haunted. It's like, there's a curse on the house. It's I feel like that's one of those ones where I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm forcing myself to finish, because it was such a nothing, like, whatever. I don't really have, like, I'm not invested in this. I could listen to this while I'm, like, doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like the fantasy books and, like, the romance books and all of that stuff and the dragons, and I'm just like, I get that those are really corny and really cheesy, Yeah. But this is like, this is not, it's just way worse. It's like, it's corny and cheesy, and it's just not great. It's so boring. And then, I think that, like the whole ACOTAR series, like that everybody has like gone crazy. All the girls in your life have gone crazy for. I think there's like, the next book is coming out in towards like the end of the year, and then the book after that is supposed to be coming out February of next year.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I think that I have to kind of like think about it again, because I read so many like books about dragons and stuff recently that I'm like, wow, what was that one about again? Like, who's the character in that one? Do I like
Which
her?
dragon book is this?
Yeah.
I know.
Because I had listened to 2 really long series, like the Black Witch. I loved that one, but it was really long. But then I also really liked Fourth Wing and like how it developed, because I didn't really like Fourth Wing at first. I was like, man, this main character is whiny. Don't like it. Then it got better. And then it was like really good. And then I started telling people, you gotta get into it.
Yeah, you got like the teachers in the school listening to it.
Yeah. I mean, cheesy is fine. I just listened to, I finished Demon Copperhead, and I was like so angry at the end of that. I was so mad. Plug your ears if you want to read it. I was telling Dave about it, and I was like, his life is so, like, the main character it follows around is like so devastatingly sad, and he has like the worst luck and the worst series of events. And then, like, as soon as it starts to get good, the book is just over. And I'm like, what? No, I hated this. I just suffered through all of his loss, through all of the bad things. And then something good happens, and it's like, bye. Book's done. I do like a twist ending. I have such a long list of books. I can't even like take information in for other books right now. I need to get through my list, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. Okay, chat? And then you guys can tell me all of your favorite books. I mean, we can still talk about it, but just like I can't make more. I can't add more to the list yet. Geez, you've done a ton of work. Like, honestly, it's incredible.
What?
That's
well, like
what
I'm doing right
that's
now.
what LaVale said. The consistency and power. For what you're doing.
Oh, thanks.
I went on my walk, and it was like, I think like 1.75 miles or whatever that loop is. I can't remember if that's 1.3. And then if I did the like loop in front of our house, it would add that extra half mile to make it like 1.75. I just did the 1.3. And I was like, dang, I don't even have weight on me. I'm not like rucking. My hip is hurting. I was like, I'm glad I moved my body tonight though, because I'm working out tomorrow. And I don't want to be like so stiff, you know? I've at least done something.
Oh, you know what? Didn't talk about this. Carpenter Brute came to town.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been talking to him on and off for, I don't know, like over a decade. And we finally got to meet. We all hung out backstage here in this really cool place called the Mission Ballroom. It was really, really awesome. His show was really good.
I think that might be my favorite venue.
Yeah, here in Denver for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he put on a really good show. It was super cool. And yeah, it was just really cool to meet him. It was shocking to see. Like I had never even seen a picture of him, so we had only talked in like DMs and stuff. And when we finally met him, I was like, "Whoa, you're like a dad. You're just like a dude."
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what I expected, but it was very funny. I was like, "Wow." After the show, he's just hanging out in gym shorts, playing country music songs for
Yeah,
us.
playing country for you.
Yeah.
He's French,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I love this. You have to listen to this."
Yeah.
And I made cookies for them.
Hmm. How is Denver? It's cool. I mean, I haven't been crazy about the weather in the past like year or two,
No.
but Denver is it's nice because it's so mild here that there's no bugs really to speak of. Not compared to the East Coast or, I mean, really anywhere else I've been.
Yeah.
It's not, besides like the desert. But yeah, it's nice. I like it a lot. Ton of people came here during COVID. That was like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it grew a lot in the past, like
5 years,
5
6
years,
years. Mm-hmm.
but it's been nice living here. No bugs, but there's Kim. Kim's not a bug.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I made chocolate chip cookies. No bugs, but there's Kim. Michael.
Kim's more like a flower that walks around.
Am I?
Yeah.
I know it's really funny that I feel like the boys are so sweet to me because I was like, I just, I've been busy all day and I feel like I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I feel kind of gross. I need to take a shower, and they're like smelling me, and they're like, you smell really good. Thanks, boys. Very sweet. Sweet little things.
Yeah, all this really needed was just that like touch of contrast with like the sharpness in the brushes. 'Cause, like look at like the difference between these. It's not a lot, but it's enough to make it all pop. Just that little bit of like detail does a lot for it.
Wow. Sorry, the stream's a little bit behind what it is in real life, so I'm like looking at the image on my computer. That's crazy. It like adds so much texture.
Yeah.
Or like feeling of like texture. I don't know. Without having like put any whatever overlay of texture. I'm not an artist, you guys. I just I just make it up as I go. I think I'm saying what I think sounds right. Doesn't have any of the thing,
Mm,
It looks good.
thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized Kelta was next to me.
Right next to you.
Just looked down and saw a little golden retriever body sitting there.
I thought I finished Pocopia today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't. I was like, oh, wow, I'm done. That feels good. I was like, oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, man. And I just turned it off.
Yeah, Kim's been loving Pocopia. I was like, well, none of the other Pokemon games are that cool. So
don't get used to it.
Like, have you tried to play Pokemon games, like, in chat? Like, I played, like, the beginning of, what's that one? The Japanese-looking one. I can't remember the name of it.
Is that the one that you, like, show the boys?
Yeah. But, like, the story stuff, it's like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Is it bad?
The amount of talking that goes on in that game is unbelievable. Like, it's so bad, the writing and everything about it. And then it just goes on and on and on, and you're like, oh, holy shit. Like, how long does it take to get to the game? Like, this is unbelievably bad. It's like, I hope they learn their lesson with Pocopia, because there's, like, no talking, really.
Like, there's a little.
But not like what I'm talking about. Like,
there's very little.
Fucking crazy how bad that is.
And it's not really talking. It's like, you know.
Yeah. But the one I'm talking about is like, it's like oppressive. Like how bad it is. You're like, is this like a prank? Like, I have to keep reading this. Like, I just wanted to show the kids stuff, and I was like, I don't want to play this. Like, at all. Like, I don't know what this is. It's the worst. Like, reading bad Japanese RPG dialogue that's my kryptonite. I can't do it. Like, as soon as they started introducing, like, at least in the game there's, actually, I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure there's no voice acting. So that's nice. I don't have to listen to those voices. But, my God, it's so bad. Yeah, I don't even know how you write it. I don't know how anybody can write it. Like, it feels like an AI wrote it before AI, you know.
Do you have any artists that you admire at the moment?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Nobody in particular that I'm thinking of. I'd have to consider that a little more before I say anything. The value.
Laura from Stars says, oh yeah, I meant to ask, how do you feel about me trying to get some of the other people in the server to meet up IRL if they're down? Too weird or forward? You do whatever you want. You're not gonna kill them. Yeah, do whatever you want, dude.
You know, please don't lure people out somewhere and kill them. But yeah, if you want to do that, no problem.
I mean, I don't even think, like, if we have to say that, don't do it, okay? Just don't meet up with them.
Yeah, also,
we've been listening to too much true crime.
If you're getting our approval and saying, like, this is an endorsed thing by us.
No, you live your life.
Don't do that.
Live your life.
You do it, or you don't do it.
Yeah, that's it.
And if you kill those people,
you don't have our blessing.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that. You did that. I don't want to be on the news because you ate some people from the Discord.
Please don't. Don't make it weird. That's really it, okay? Meet up with people. That's important. Having face-to-face interactions, it's all important.
As long as you're not wearing somebody else's face when you do it. having a couple of goofy issues with this program, so
What
I'm
are
gonna
you
keep
in?
this open while I do this, and hopefully the file wasn't corrupted. Okay, cool. Not corrupted.
The part Laura left out was about the meetup being in front of your house. Then don't, because I will call the cops.
Yes.
And then I'm going to call that little kid who's gonna maybe be a murderer and I'll have him come here. Hey, you want to come over for a play date? There's some people in front of us who really want to play with you. In front of our house. Yeah, we've heard about Marvel and what they're doing to their artists. Dave, is it possible to go over the logic between soft and hard edges? I understand how to mechanically use it, but how do you use it to a point it's realistic?
It's just about what you focus on. So it's more so about it's more so about choosing values. Choosing hard and soft edges in appropriate places. So it's like in shadows, things can get softer because your eyes don't really focus there. And then in areas of high contrast, which is like naturally where you would focus if you were looking at something, that's where you bump things up and add a bit more sharpness. Sorry, I'm focused on this bit right now.
Laura from Stars, if you're asking for our advice on how to do it, I don't how to like ask people to meet up. I don't think that's like something that. Here's the thing. Somebody asked one time, Dave, at a workshop, how to find a girlfriend or something like that, or like how about dating, and I think that the conversation was going in a circle, and I could see Dave was kind of like a little bit cornered. Like he was kind of stuck in the conversation for a while, and it was one person, and I was like, there's a lot of people around. You should probably be like talking to everybody or giving everybody a little bit of your time. So I came over, and then Dave asked what my opinion was, and I said, I think that you should find somebody who inspires you to be like the best version of yourself, like who makes you want to try harder. And maybe it was a language barrier, I don't know, but then his response was like my mom or a teacher, and I was like, I'm gonna go. So I don't really know if the advice I give is well received in social situations. I think that maybe you should just do what feels right. And if it feels too weird and forward, then don't do it. But if you feel like you could do it in a not weird way, then do it. But you heard Dave's warning.
I didn't mean to do that.
I should, Kim, you should advertise your bakery as an AI bakery.
It should. You get investors.
Huh. That would be really funny. I guess Allbird, the shoe company,
Yes,
so that would pivot to AI. That's so funny.
it's so insane.
But apparently it said this person said they gained a massive amount in stocks just from saying that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not big enough to be having people invest in me in that way. So I do have a buy me a coffee link somewhere on one of my like pages, which I think is really funny. And I've had one person anonymously buy me a coffee. And I have no idea. Obviously, it was anonymous. I have no idea who did it. I don't think I'm big enough to be like having people invest in me. That's okay. I don't need it to be out of control. I mean, I feel like you'll find that anywhere though, where people can be jealous or just not that everybody's like, even though you have a similar career. I mean, you find this in any workplace, right? You have a similar career. It doesn't mean that you all have the same values or morals. So, unfortunately, that's like not as obvious when people can just be putting their like the best version of themselves online, and then you meet in person, you're like, oh, you kind of not my favorite person. Hey, Dave and Kim, I'm going to a con in a few weeks. Is there a way to ask artists questions about the craft and business without being too intrusive? I imagine there's a baseline etiquette since they're also running a business while entertaining questions.
Yeah, I think unless the con has like something for that,
Like a panel?
yeah, then I think you don't really like, especially if they're trying to sell stuff and like that's why they're there. You probably don't want to do that unless they're like down, but it's a little harder to do that at a place like that because, the nature of them having their business. Like taking time to do that at the con.
If they have somebody helping them run their booth or like sales, you kind of have to like see situation to situation. Like it depends. Because if I'm there helping Dave, then he's like free to answer questions and maybe like chat with people a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if they're just like trying to sell stuff and then they may miss out on a sale because they look like they're busy talking to someone, that might kind of suck for them,
And you got to be a little careful with that because artists are, fairly non-confrontational, generally speaking. So,
They may just want to be polite.
yeah, they might just be polite but secretly be hating the interaction because of that reason. Don't ask Marco Dujkovic. It's funny. That's also contextual. I always like Marco's advice.
Being what?
Just being like real aggressive and stuff.
Yeah. When you lit still lifes on your desk, did you just use a simple desk lamp?
You got it. Keep it simple.
I think I am gonna head upstairs in a minute.
Okay. Do you like it so far?
Yeah, I do a lot, and I really like that background color. It's very pretty. Thoughts on NASA using AI? I don't think we have authority. I mean, I guess we can have an opinion on it, but what good does that do? What do we have to say about NASA?
Yeah, my thought is I just don't care. And
I mean, yeah, my thought is, like, what does that got to do with me? Like, once you become a parent, you got to just keep your head down, man.
what's your man got to do with me?
Yeah. What's your man got to do with me? Who cares? That's my thought. In, like, the most not mean way. Who cares?
As long as I don't have to.
As long as you don't have to care about it.
As long as I don't have to use it.
Yeah. I don't need to care about everything in the world all the time. It's too exhausting.
Yeah. I also just don't, certain things I'm down. I got to check out sometimes though.
Yeah, like I have opinions on certain things too, but did you guys miss the part where we were saying that there's a kid that is like maybe antisocial, has antisocial behavior disorder in our kids' school? Like we got problems at home. We got problems at home. Why go out and eat? We got that at home, you know?
Yeah, whenever I see that stuff, like the AI thing with like places and whatever, I just kind of go, all right, yeah. Like, I care if it's like a video game thing, something that's creative like that. But if you tell me like that shoe company is making believe they're an AI company now, I just go, okay.
Next.
Fools. You're fools.
Dave, if you were you from 2010 with the same situation and skill level from that year, but in 2026, what would be your financial target goal on a daily or weekly basis?
From what year again?
2010.
What was I doing in 2010?
You were
I was
23.
So I was doing magic cards. I wouldn't have a daily goal yet. I'd have a monthly goal. Because I was still just trying to make everything work. Just pay bills, you know. I think my goal would probably be... I think I was trying to make... What would I be? I was maybe making like... like $5,000 a month? No, maybe more than that. I bet I averaged anywhere between like 5 and like 8 or 9 grand a month at that point. I think that's what I was doing, if I can remember right. Just averaging out, like I did magic, but I also did like a bunch of other stuff, and I just like stacked work like crazy for that time period, which I just wasn't very fast, but I just crushed myself.
And the work wasn't as consistent as it is now either, right?
It was okay. I was pretty good with it.
Okay.
I kept a pretty steady flow of work.
I didn't know Dave in 2010, so.
I was doing like this company called like, what was it, War Machine? Something like that. It was like it was like mechs and stuff like that, but it was like future-y, Warhammer adjacent type of thing. So I was doing that, and then I was also doing work for Dungeons and Dragons and doing work for Magic the Gathering.
Nice. There's some good variety.
And then, yeah, I had a lot of RPG work and things like that.
Hey Dave, check out a musician named Holone. He's got that cool techno rave sound I think you'd like.
All right.
Have you ever drawn any Skyrim characters before? As you can see, I'm a big Elder Scrolls nerd. This is from Skyrim. Zal 023.
Um, no, I wasn't like a huge Skyrim person. I thought I was fine, but I was like, I never got super into it. So the short answer is no.
Scunch says, your work rules, Dave.
Thanks.
Dave, what are the brushes you were using on Clip Studio Paint?
That was just the brush, the watercolor brush that I use for like all my painting things. I don't know how to tell you where to get it. I have it on the Patreon. It is a free brush though. I just don't know where I got it from. It's been too many years.
Yeah, you can get access to the Discord through Patreon.
I don't really have like a set color scheme for this guy. I'm just doing this because I'm going to end the stream in a minute. So I just wanted to add color. But I definitely wouldn't keep it this way. Okay. The music actually ended. It was like a super long playlist.
Yeah, it's been over 2 hours.
Okay, so I'm just gonna finish what I'm doing right here and then call it right after that. I thought this was the Wizardry series. I mean, it is, but then I was just thinking like, I'll just do something else. I'll do my own thing. So this is just a character I made up for the stream. It's not from anything. It's just a dude.
It's from your brain.
Yes, it's just a little guy I came up with in my head for the stream.
Just for you guys.
Yeah, just for you.
Excuse me.
You're
Sorry
good.
to clear my throat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do like a soft light layer to just add in a little bit into the shadows and things. Little color layer just to differentiate some stuff. Dilute it from just being like pure saturation in the shadows. Reflect some of the light that's around. adjusting. And I'll call it for now. Just for now.
Yeah, it's almost been 3 hours. It's insane to see how fast you draw. I spend days on drawing just for it to end up looking bad. It's from Hondo Man.
They're saying what? I think I misunderstood what you were saying.
It's insane to see how fast you draw. I spend days on a drawing just for it to end up looking bad.
Well, it's just repetition. Just putting in reps. Forever and ever.
I will say, as somebody who is not an artist, there are days where I watch Dave and I'm like, God, you make it look so easy. And then I will participate in like Mousetrap or something and I'm like, nope, I don't got it. So don't compare yourself to Dave, guys, okay? I draw a awesome triangle Batman, but I'm not Dave.
Hey, yeah, I mean, whatever. It's fine for what it is for right now. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate the donations. Love to you all. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. And I will talk to you all soon.
Sweet dreams. I love you. Good night. Bad dreams. Bye.
Bye.